Lights out, engines wake the night. GT thunder burning bright. Manufacturer starts to rise. Fire reflected in our eyes. Carbon fiber, painted scars, GT4 and GT3 stars. Manufacturers side by side, every driver born to fight. Pit lane pressure, countdown screams, living faster than our dreams. Slipstream pulling through the rain, milliseconds decide the game.
Headlights cut through clouds of smoke, every overtake feels close. Front straight shaking from the sound, thousands screaming all around.
No fear when the tires slide, no sleep on this midnight ride. One chance to become immortal now, feel the circuit shake somehow. Full throttle, take the lead, faster than the eye can read. GT legend chasing light, racing wars ignite tonight. Slipstream closer, door to door, hear the engine start to roar. Checker flag above the crowd, podium dreams are calling loud.
We were made for speed, every heart still bleeds.
Push it faster, take the corner, slipstream hunter.
Cross the line,
Push it faster, take the corner, slipstream hunter.
cross the line, yeah. GT3 monster with the aero attack, GT4 pressure while I'm chasing the pack. Every lap dangerous, no room to breathe. One wrong turn and you lose the lead. Manufacturer battle turning savage tonight. Different colors on the grid, but the goals are like AMG hunting while the Porsche stays near. McLaren in the mirrors make the whole crowd cheer. Late break dive on the inside lane, tires smoke rising while we fight through pain. Draft so close I can hear your gears, still standing tall after all these years. Pit crew fast with the strategy calls, one clean stop and we're breaking them all. From the green light launch to the final attack, now the whole damn field trying to hold us back.
Adrenaline under skin, every loss becomes a win. Final sector, final chance, fate is written in this day. Full throttle, take the lead, faster than the eye can read. GT legends chasing light, racing wars ignite tonight. Slipstream closer, door to door, hear the engine start to roar. Checkered flag above the crowd, podium dreams are calling loud.
We were made for speed, every heart still bleeds.
Through the sparks and shattered rain, we return again, again.
Every corner, every scar,
Made us who we really are.
hear the anthem of the track.
No turning back,
Last lap pressure,
full attack. Drivers ready, engine scream. One more lap, one more dream. Full throttle, feel the fire, burning higher and higher. GT4 and GT3, rewriting our history.
manufacturer, kings collide, no surrender, left inside.
Checkered flag falling down.
Tonight we take the crown. Podium lights glow gold, legends never grow old.
Engines fade into the dawn, but the race goes on and on. Through the speed in neon skies, SMA, growing the sport together.
Good evening, SMA, and welcome to round 4 of the SMA Manufacturers Showdown 2026. Last time out, we had what could be described as our most intense and exciting finish to a race we've ever seen in SMA, which decided our Tier 1 driver lineup going forward for the rest of the season as we enter the lockdown phase, where the points will be reset to 0 and the drivers will be fighting it out for major honours over the next 5 weeks. As today is the start of a crucial round for the drivers as we introduce a special round featuring this sprint double header, with our first race starting shortly at the iconic Grand Valley Highway in their respective Gr.3 manufacturer car, which is then followed up by a sprint race at the beautiful Eigar Nordwand in their Gr.4 counterpart. As always, it's myself, Sean Madden, aka FlawedGeniusGaming, here to present to you 2 exciting races, a crucial round for the drivers as they all have 2 opportunities to pick up valuable points, essentially making it a double points round, which really kickstarts this lockdown phase into top gear, showcasing the finest talent in Tier 1, and we are live. With myself in the middle, and to my right is SMA promoter and commentator Robin Williams. He'll be joining us after the race with an important announcement for SMA. But joining me once again in the commentary booth to my left is American commentator extraordinaire Lawrence Brown, also known as Tusmbox. Good evening to you. How are you? And have you recovered from last week at the Green Hell?
Hey, Flawed, glad to be here. Last week was insane. I think I've grounded myself, and I'm ready for a bunch more racing action today. This doubleheader, it's going to be exciting, and I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. You better have recovered, because I'm sure today will be equally as dramatic as the last one. But before we do get into all the race details for race 1, here at SMA, we are lucky to be backed by no less than 10 sponsors. So we need to give a huge thank you to each and every one of them for sponsoring us in the Manufacturers Showdown, as without them, none of these broadcasts would be possible. SMA is brought to you by Simulator Cave, South Africa's haven for all your sim racing equipment, selling only the highest recommended products from the likes of Fanatec and Moza, as well as racing cockpits for that perfect driving experience. Link is in the description below. Postnet Midstream is a one-stop pit stop that provides businesses and consumers with various services under one roof. Their championship-winning pit crew can assist you with high-quality printing, anything from photos to car branding. Their team principal has an import and export license, so they can either send or collect your spare parts from any track in the world. Postnet Midstream, we keep your business on track. DC Designs, where imagination meets reality. From custom home decor and lifestyle products to specialised gaming and sim racing accessories, DC Designs uses the power of 3D printing to craft items as unique as you are. Whether you're looking for a one-of-a-kind gift, personalised collectibles, or geared to level up your sim rig, DC Designs has you covered. Turn your ideas into reality with DC Designs. Slayer Energy, homegrown in South Africa, it fuels your focus, hits hard and still tastes smooth. That's how Slayer does energy. Their motto is death to dull, and trust us, they live by it. Bold flavours and zero boredom. Slayer, crushing the norm, fueling the madness and keeping every lap electrified.
Wachi & Son Interior Design, transforming your space, elevating your lifestyle. They don't just decorate, they design environments that inspire. Whether it's your home, office or retail space, Wachi & Sons brings your vision to life with style, precision and a personal touch. Gr.3 Gr.4, where modern design meets everyday performance. Discover a range of stylish, reliable vehicles built for comfort, adventure, and the road ahead. Backed by innovation and value, Gr.3 is redefining the driving experience because your journey deserves more. Visit Gr.3 Palaborwa and drive the difference today. Sparko Gaming, where real motorsport heritage meets sim racing performance. Elevate your setup with premium racing seats, accessories and gear designed for true enthusiasts. Built for those who demand precision, comfort and performance on every lap. Because when it comes to racing, every detail matters. Take your racing to the next level with Sparko Gaming.
Tailored solutions for SMEs and hobbyists. Bearded Skull Powder Coaters provides durable, high-performance powder coating services for factories, small businesses and enthusiasts from across Cape Town's northern suburbs and surrounding areas. We focus on a bespoke service, working hands-on with clients to deliver a tailored finish and quick turnaround times for smaller batches. BuildMat. Our aim is to fulfill all your hardware and building material needs at the most competitive prices available. We are committed to providing top-notch quality without any compromises, and we strive to uphold this promise with every customer requirement. Whether you are undertaking a do-it-yourself project or require bulk supplies, we cater to all and assist you in maximizing your profits by carefully managing costs. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors supporting us through our SMA Season 2, the Manufacturers Showdown 2026. So let's run through the race fixtures for the lockdown phase of this championship. So we have now written off 3 races from our season. We now enter round 4 for this double-header sprint series where we kick off our first race coming up shortly at the Grand Valley Highway Circuit in the Group 3s and the stunning Eigar Nordwand in the Group 4s. Round 5 sees us back in the Group 3s for the visit of the ferocious Le Mans circuit next week on June the 15th, and then we fly over to the Aussie version of hell. It's Bathurst Mount Panorama on June the 22nd in the Group 4 cars, and then the final manufacturer race will be held in Japan, Fuji Speedway, but in its short variation for round 7 in the Group 3s on the 29th of June before a special double-header, the open wheel special round for the grand finale at Catalunya in the Red Bull Juniors and Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in the Super Formula 23 car on July the 6th to round off this exciting season. Now, Tusmbox, can you run us through the track and the race settings for Grand Valley, please?
Absolutely, Flawed. So our first race today is taking place at Grand Valley Highway 1, formerly known as Grand Valley Speedway, which debuted in the original Gran Turismo. This track has been featured in every mainline Gran Turismo game with the exception of GT Sport. This 5.1 kilometer circuit features an elevation change of almost 100 meters, and its longest straight is nearly 1 mile long. This fictional track takes its inspiration from the California Big Sur Coast Highway, and it features several real-life attractions such as the Ragged Point Inn and the historic Brixby Bridge. Now we're going to take a look into our race settings for race 1 today. So the drivers are going to have 11 laps in this first race. They're going to start on the grid with a false start check. The race is going to start in the late morning hours, and the drivers are all required to use both the hards and the soft compound tires. Damage is set to heavy for this race. Drivers will have to combat a 5x tire wear rate and a 4x fuel consumption rate. For the race, they will start at 100 liters of fuel, a full tank, and the refueling speed is set to 7 liters per second. Today's forecast is expected to be sunny throughout the entire race, so the driver should have ideal conditions for today's race. Flaw, can you read us through the results from the previous round?
Yep, absolutely, Tusm. Thank you very much. So, for those that didn't see our final group stage race at the Nürburgring 24-hour circuit, do check our previous broadcast, one of the most exciting races you ever see in Gran Turismo 7. However, it was VSR Wolfie that fought his way through the chaos to storm home to victory. His first of the campaign with Gr.3 who was making his Tier 1 debut after penalties handed out to VSR Giller and TNR Ray Carter, officially claims second position from the race, and SAGT Nutcap promoted up into third. KD the Kite, with a very eventful race and a great comeback, now officially gets fourth position as VSR Giller moves down to fifth and TNR Ray Carter down into sixth. It was also a very eventful race for SAGT Latari, who fought his way back from 12th with a great comeback to claim 7th. TNR Whipperman gets 9th ahead of Sam Trusp in 10th. Also, Sam Steele, and I forgot to mention, with a very solid outing for him, he claimed 8th position. TNR Captain Slow, who was also making his Tier 1 debut for the season, finished in 11th with races to forget for VSR Fish in 12th. Our third of the promoted drivers in round 3 was Puma Maverick. He finished in 13th, which wasn't enough to make his Tier 1 status permanent, now back into Tier 2 for the rest of the season, and VSR Kennels rounds off our grid to finish in 14th position. Now on to our lineup for this season. So, as mentioned, with Puma Maverick not grabbing enough points to qualify for Tier 1, it is TNR Mo Flavor takes his position as he took enough points from his opening 2 rounds to remain in Tier 1 for the rest of the season. Other than them, it's the same lineup from round 3, and this will be our driver lineup in Tier 1 for the rest of this championship. Now, as mentioned at the top of the broadcast as well, this means that from this round going forward, the driver scores are now reset to 0. So therefore, it's a clean break for all of the drivers, and this will be a very, very crucial round for all the drivers in Tier 1 today. So we have 7 different manufacturers on grid, 1 Ferrari driven by SAGT Latari, 1 McLaren driven by KD the Kai, 1 Volkswagen driver in Gr.3, 2 Citroen drivers of SAGT Nutcat and TNR Ray Carter, 2 Porsche drivers from the SAM team of Trusp and Steele, 3 Audi drivers from Team TNR, which is Whipperman, Mo Flavor and Captain Slow, and 4 Lamborghini drivers driven by the VSR team, Giller, Kennels, Vish and Wolfie, to round off our grid for today. So we are going to go for a quick break, and when we come back, the start of our 5-minute qualifying ahead of this 11-lap race at the Grand Valley Highway circuit. So don't go anywhere, we'll be back shortly. SMA is brought to you by Simulator Cave, HostNet Midstream, Right Recruitment, DC Designs, Slayer Energy, Waggy & Sons, Jetor, Sparko Gaming, Bearded Skull and Build Mat. Our official sponsors of SMA Season 2, Manufacturers Showdown 2026. Okay, so we are back, and welcome everyone into the chat and into this round 4 broadcast of this special double-header sprint races starting off at the Grand Valley Highway circuit. The drivers are literally just doing their last-minute practices at the moment, but just looking at the times already, it's looking like we've got some very, very fast times out there. But Tusmbox, welcoming you back into the commentary booth. So, you know, what kind of experience have you got at this type of location? I mean, do you like this circuit? And, you know, what are your experiences driving the Group 3s around this particular location?
So, I spent a lot of time on Nürburgring, but I have to say that this is my favorite Gran Turismo circuit, and honestly, I would probably say it's my favorite fantasy circuit in all racing games. I absolutely love the circuit. It's fast, it's flowing. I know not everybody agreed with the modifications that they made to the circuit for GT7, but honestly, I think even with the changes, it still retains most of its nostalgic from previous games. As far as the Group 3s around here, they're really fast. There's a lot of high-speed sections, a lot of flowing corners. It's going to be an interesting challenge for the drivers to tackle the circuit, especially in qualifying, where they're trying to, eke out every millisecond that they can, utilizing every inch of the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is, new to the format of SMA. So we've got 2 sprint races today. We're starting off at the Grand Valley Highway, which is it's the remodel of the original circuit that I think was brought to us in, I am hazarding a guess here, Tusm. Was it Gran Turismo 3? Was the first time we saw that circuit, or is it even more of an OG circuit and was in the first of the Gran Turismo games?
Yeah, this was one of the original GT circuits. Yeah, it's been in every game from 1 through 7 except for Sport.
Okay. There we go. We learn something new every day. Basically, it's a fan's favourite circuit, but remodeled for GT7, so it's slightly different. I think actually they say that the actual the shape of the circuit is exactly the same, but it's obviously the actual location, the actual aesthetic look, and maybe just the type of corners are slightly more like cambered as well. The track's been out on GT7 for quite a while, so the drivers should be used to this type of circuit in the Group 3 cars as well of their chosen manufacturers. The drivers are literally just putting in their last bits of practice ahead of this 5-minute qualifying session. No driver order. We've banished the one-shot qualifying for this round only, so it is literally about trying to find track positions and try to lay down their fastest lap times. Now they should be able to get probably about 2 laps in this 5-minute quali. There is a 2-minute cooldown added to the duration of the 5 minutes, so it's going to be interesting. We are looking on board with Mo Flavour at the moment, who is back in Tier 1 this evening and for the rest of the season now. So these are our fastest 14 drivers in SMA in this Manufacturers Showdown season. So qualifying just about to get underway. So who's the first one to come out of the pits? I suspect it is probably... in fact, I think it's Mo Flavour, isn't it? Yeah, it is Mo Flavour. So, speak of the devil, but welcome in everyone. Hello to Mr. Flynn, to Kerr Royce, I think it is. I do believe you're one of the drivers. We've also got Dana in here and Robin Williams, where we will get word from Robin Williams a little bit later on some exciting news. We've got... Goosen in here as well. We got Kaelin Pace. So welcome in everyone. Ro Reaper as well. Good evening to you all, and hopefully you're just as excited as I am in the start of this, the first of the double header races we've got for you today. So just looking on board with Mo Flavour, and we've got Latari Racing just behind in second position. Nutcat in third, who's I did hear that he's suffering with the flu, so he may I'm not used to seeing SAGT Nutcat underperform. I don't think that even exists in his vocabulary, but SAGT Nutcap feeling a little bit under the weather, I've heard in real life, so we'll see how he gets on with Fish just behind him, and Wolfie and Gilla, and big train of cars just behind. Kendall's looking for better things in this race, as he had an absolute nightmare. It was certainly torture for him at the Green Hell last week. TNR Captain Slow in 10th position. Whipperman, well, they're not in position at the moment, but they are a line astern, just waiting to start their timed lap. Ray Carter still in the pit lane though, 14th on the hard tyres, so I'm not sure if he's stuck in the pits at the moment, but we ride on board with Mo Flava, who has just started his timed lap. So Tusm, so in terms of this circuit, you said this was one of your favourite circuits. So, what kind of times can you produce, and what do you reckon we're expecting from the drivers today?
Well, after watching their practice session, I can assure you I am not up to snuff with some of the fastest drivers here. I've saw lap times as low as 48.1 or no 47.1. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Pole dipping into the 46s. I did a little bit of practice in each of the cars last night, but I ran them on full fuel, and I was averaging mid to high 48s, low 49s. So I would not be surprised to see a 46 on Pole today.
Okay, that's a big statement from you, Tusm. We'll see what happens here, but certainly I know 1 minute 47s are very, very good lap times for sure. Just looking at the chat as well, so a lot liking this circuit, a lot saying that the next circuit, Eigar Nordwand, is a bit of a nightmare. I certainly know that it's a extremely difficult circuit to pass drivers on, so qualifying will be key to getting a good result in that race. As we look at Mo Flava coming out of the tunnel now, he's just about to come across the timing line. What sort of time can he produce? It's a 1 minute 47.5. Temporarily pole position for him. Latari goes on to pole position with a 47.3. Here comes a Nutcap, 47.8 for him. Fish with a 47.8 for P4. VSR Wolfie 48.3. VSR Gilla 48.3. Laquera 48.3 as well. Very tight between the three drivers. VSR Kennels up into P4 with a 47.8, and then replaced by KD the Kai, who moves up into P3 with a 47.6. Captain Slow into P4 with a 1 minute 47.7. So they should be able to get one more lap in, but looking pretty tight between the whole leaderboards at the moment. So Sam still comes across the line with a 1 minute 48.5. Ray Carter still in the pit lane. Is Ray Carter banned from qualifying, guys? I'm not 100% sure. As we welcome in King Julius in. Salutations to you. Very, very close at the moment. Latari Racing is on pole position with that 1 minute 47.3. So, Tusm, you might be right. They might be able to dip into them 46s. What do you reckon?
I'm expecting it. I'm anticipating it, and if I'm wrong, then so be it. That's the life of a commentator.
Well, they've only got one last chance to go quicker here. Mo Flava currently in an impressive second position. 1 minute 47.546 for him. 1.5 tenths down on SAGT Latari Racing. So can Mo Flava improve on his current fastest right now? Well, he's approaching the line now, and he sets a 1 minute 47.4 to remain in P2. Latari Racing doesn't improve, so a 16,000th of a second improvement over Mo Flava. It's SAGT Nutcap saving the best of last, and then replaced by VSR Wolfie up into P3. So a 1 minute 47.564 for him. SAGT Nutcap 47.620, and Kennels does improve, but will remain in 6th position. Katie the Kai onto pole position with a 1 minute 47.156 for the McLaren driver. It's absolutely amazing what pace he can get out of that McLaren, being the only McLaren driver that has picked that manufacturer in the whole of SMA, Tusm.
Yeah, the 650S, I don't think is really that bad of a car. It can be a little bit tricky to drive being an MR car, but like I think in the right hands, it's a really dangerous vehicle, as we can see with that 47.1. Not quite the 46 we were looking for, but yeah, I mean, Kai's a talented driver. You can essentially put him in anything and he'll run the wheels off of it.
He certainly will. He's the king of time trialing, KD the Kai, I have to say. If he can transform his quali pace into the race, then we could see a genuine contender in this championship. Remembering that the points are reset to 0 points as of this round. So let's quickly have a look at the qualifying results then, and just confirmation there that KD the Kai will be starting from pole position with that 1 minute 47.156, nearly 2.5 tenths quicker than Latari Racing of SAGT, who will be starting alongside him from second position. Then on row 2, we've got TNR Mo Flavor, who is back into tier 1 with a very impressive showing in qualifying. P3 for him, and a tenth quicker than VSR Wolfie, who will be starting alongside him from row 2 in P4, that is. Then it's SAGT Nutcap starting in 5th position on row 3. Starting alongside him will be TNR Captain Slow from 6th position. On row 4, we got VSR Kennel starting from 7th position, and TNR Whipperman starting alongside him in 8th position. In 9th, we've got VSR Fish and Sam Steele joining him on row 5 from 10th. Then on row 6, we've got Sam Truce starting in P11, and VSR Giller starting alongside him in 12th position. And then on the final row, row 7, is MGR Laquera starting from 13th with Ray Carter, who didn't put in a quali lap, and I do believe he may have been banned from qualifying in this session. He'll be starting from the back of the grid in 14th position. So yeah, it's a very, very tight qualifying session we've seen here. Do you think that this will kind of mirror what we'll see in the race, Tusm?
I think so. Well, I think almost all the cars are MR here. But yeah, in the practice that I did yesterday, the Ferrari and the Porsche were the strongest. A couple concerns that I have, like for me personally, is that the Laquera in the Beetle, that car is a bit of a handful. So trying to push that over 11 laps around this track, it can be difficult. And even though fuel isn't really much of an issue in this race, the Citroen, when I drove it, had the worst fuel consumption out of all the cars in today's race. So they might have to do just a little bit of fuel saving to make sure that they don't have to do any type of refueling during this race.
Yeah, you could be right there. It's going to be quite tight on the fuel, but for most of the cars, I think that they will get away with... as the race is just about to get underway here. So let's get on track side then, as we start round 4, or you could say round 4.1 of the Manufacturer Showdown here at the Grand Valley Highway Circuit. Group 3 cars as we await the 5 red lights. Lights are out and away we go, and we're expecting Nutcap to get a brilliant launch, and yes he does, into the race lead with a fantastic start, beating a few cars, and Katie the Kai into the race lead at turn 1. We got Katie the Kai in P2, Latari Racing in P3, VSR Wolf in P4, and Mo Flavor down into P5, down 2 positions already. Of course, driving that Audi, not the greatest car on the launch, and side by side with Mo Flava and VSR Wolfie, and VSR Wolfie trying the old switcheroo on Mo Flava. Mo Flava's going to hang around the outside, but it's a brilliant move from VSR Wolfie to claim that 4th position away from Mo Flava as TNR catches slow, nicks that position from Mo Flava as well as he loses 2 positions from 2 corners. So a very, very entertaining start to this race with VSR Kennels in P7, Ray Carter P8, TNR Whipperman in P9. Ray Carter has made up 6 positions from the grid start, so he really shows you how lightning quick that Citroen is off the line, and making great progress already made up 6 positions. As I said, he's on the racing hard tyres. I think a lot of the drivers have decided to take the racing hard tyres. We've got Ray Carter sizing up an opportunity on VSR Kennels as he's got the inside line. He takes that 7th position away from VSR Kennels to move up into P7. TNR Whipperman P9 all over the exhaust of VSR Kennels in a 9th position. Giller in P10, Truesby P11, Fish in P12, Sam Steele and Lequera at the back of the grid by some distance. I'm not 100% sure what happened there, but it looks like he's picked up front aero damage. I'm going to see if I caught the replay in time of Sam Steele. So he was in P10, and I think we are going to catch the replay here actually. So as he went into the corner, he got a little bit congested into the turn, and he had a car on the outside, so he tried to hang it around the outside of the circuit, and he just got on the loud pedal a little bit too soon, or a little bit too eager to get on the loud pedal, and unfortunately lost the rear of the car and into the wall, and now losing a lot of time now as Lequera has now made the move on him in 13th position as Lequera struggles to gain traction on that car as well. So let's quickly go back to the race lead. But yeah, Tusm, what are your thoughts on this start to the race?
Well, I got to give kudos to Ray Carter. Absolutely launched that Citroen off the line. He found himself in as high as P7 just even before the first turn. Absolutely lighting a start in that Citroen. The 2 front runners, Nutcap and Latari, they are both on the softs. We expect the softs to last anywhere between 4 to 6 laps. So they'll go to close to the halfway point of this race where they're coming for their 1 pit stop to switch on the hards.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we did predict that maybe half the race to be using the racing softs. Oh, Ray Carter catches the wall on the outside, and that spins him around, and he has not picked up any damage, which is quite surprising. Let's quickly have a look on the replay. So as we come through the tunnel and into the chicane, it's quite a tricky chicane. You don't want to ride the curb on the inner side, and as he tried to straighten up the car, caught too much of that dirt, and around he went. Luckily didn't pick up that damage, but down into P12.
Yeah, it looked like he just overcorrected just a tiny bit, and then that's what threw him into that rock side cliff on the left-hand side. It's very easy to do there, especially with that dirt on the outside of the exit of that corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so something I didn't notice, so Nutcat starting on the softs, Latari Racing starting on the softs, so they have gapped the rest of the grid by about 4 seconds now, but you can see with the tyre wear, pretty extreme. The tyre wear is set to ×5, so we are predicting that they'll get roughly about 5 laps of wear from the soft tyres, maybe 6 if they conserve them tyres. So certainly very close between the 2 drivers. Katie Lakai has picked up a half a second penalty, which he'll serve on the next lap. As TNR Captain Slow looking to try and close in to Katie Lakai, but out of that slipstream range at the minute. 1.5 seconds is the gap. Mo Flava P5 trying to hold off VSR Wolfie for that 5th position, and Wolfie in P6 of course. TNR Whipperman P7, VSR Giller in P8. So the rest of the grid on the hard tyres. So it's a line of stand for about 5 drivers right now, starting off with VSR, Gillard, Truce, Kennels, Fish and Ray Carter. In fact, Ray Carter just in front of MGI Lequera in 12th position. So we'll be looking to try and make up ground. Now, of course, in this format, it's a double header, so 2 chances to pick up as many points as possible. So perhaps not the greatest from the bottom 3 drivers. However, they do have another chance to grab some good points at the race at Eigar Nordwand in the Group 4 cars. So nothing has really changed at the moment, but can you see any future developments happening in the second part of this race, Tusm?
Yeah, definitely. Once the different pit strategies converge, we'll start to see, the leaders catching, or not the leaders getting caught up by the rest of the field when they're on their softer tires. So, yeah, I think the drivers are playing it safe right now, just trying to manage their own stints. But we'll see a lot of action with the last few laps to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, at the moment it's looking good for Nutcap and Latari Racing, but they will have to go onto the hard tyres, which has a significant time difference in terms of lap pace compared to the soft tyres. So at the moment, Latari just biding his time at the moment, just staying behind SAGT Nutcap. Well, as Tusum said earlier, that maybe SAGT Nutcap may need to conserve a little bit of fuel here. I mean, if we're looking at the fuel gauge at the moment, he's got between half and 3/4 of a tank, so it looks like he will have to short shift a little bit. Obviously the halfway mark being 5.5 laps, so yeah, he's pretty much on course, but it's getting rather tight in terms of his fuel. And then KD Lakai is under pressure from Captain Slow, who has picked up a ½ second penalty, so he will have to serve that at the end of this lap. Of course, KD Lakai would have served his penalty on the last lap, so Captain Slow looking to size up an opportunity as we go into the braking zone for the hairpin, but he's not going to make the pass on KD Lakai. You can see that the drivers are struggling on them hard tyres. It's pretty slippery tyres to use on a circuit as twisty as the Grand Valley Highway circuit, but yeah, KD Lakai just holding his nerve at the moment in 3rd position, knowing that Captain Slow is going to have to serve that ½ second penalty. We have also got Mo Flavour of TNR in 5th position. He'll be favourite to take that 4th position away from TNR Captain Slow when he serves his penalty.
Sorry to cut you off, Flaw. We got overtake for P12. Lequera has just overtaken Ray Carter for P12. I didn't quite catch it, but Ray Carter's now, he has front aero damage, and he's got front left suspension damage as well.
Yeah, so looking on the replay, thank you, Tusum. So, yeah, he tried the old switcheroo, and it looks like TNR Ray Carter really struggling with the aero, as you mentioned, has that front aero damage. So losing time and really struggling to control that Citroen. So Lequera with quite an easy pass in the end to move up into 12th position. So getting back to the race now. So Sam still in 14th position, but it is a 3-way hunt for that 12th position. But he has got front aero damage, as it looks like we've got quite a number of drivers coming into the pit lane now. KD Lakai being the first of the drivers at the front of the grid coming off them hard tyres, with VSR Fish and Sam Truce following suit. So they will be at the back of the grid as they go onto the soft tyres. So you can see with the tyre wear now from SAGT Nutcap that even though the Citroen is really good on its tyres, now really starting to struggle on lap 6, 4/10 of a second better off than SAGT Latari Racing in 2nd position, with Mo Flavour now 10.5 seconds down. So it's going to be touch and go in terms of the pit lane loss, in terms of whether or not Well, I think SAGC Nutcap and Latari will be in the lead, but it's whether or not they've done enough to preserve that lead towards the end of the race. So, yeah, Captain Slow, P4 at the moment, keeping in tandem with Mo Flavor. VSR Wolfie in a brilliant P5 as well, just kind of shadowing what the two drivers in front are doing at the moment, just biding his time really to see if he can make some moves later on in the race, I'm sure. TNR Whipperman P6, kind of in no man's land now with VSR Giller in 7th position. He's got a fast teammate in Kennels behind him in 8th position as Latari Racing comes in from 2nd position. So SAGC Nutcap deciding to go one further on them soft tyres now. Do you think that is a gamble worth running really there, Tusum?
I don't know. That's a huge risk. Those tires really aren't in great condition. He's barely got any tread left, but you know, worn softs can be faster than brand new hards. So maybe in his testing, he determined that 7-lap-old softs will still be fast. So we'll see how this works out for him. This has to be a heck of an in-lap if he wants to maintain that lead.
Yeah, absolutely, because Latari Racing has been released into 4th position now on the hard tyres. He is 22 seconds adrift of Nutcap. So we do know that the hards are roughly about 2 seconds a lap slower than the softs, but then when it comes to worn soft tyres, then you know it's touch and go whether or not actually fresh hard tyres are actually a bit quicker, because the last lap with SAGT Nutcap was a 1 minute 50.4. Now if we look at the rest of the drivers that have been running the hard tyres, they've been consistently hitting 1 minute 50s, so it is kind of touch and go, and yeah, Nutcap really trying to nurse them tyres to get into the pit lane at the end of lap 7. So currently the gap is 10.6 seconds over Mo Flavor in 2nd position, but I would imagine a lot of the hard runners will start to filter in as well to get onto the fresher soft tyres. Has SAGT Nutcap done enough to preserve that lead as he dives into the pit lane from the race lead? Then we've got Mo Flavor now 2nd position. As I said, I think he is diving in to the pit lane to get on the fresh soft tyres with TNR Captain Slow. Latari Racing, will he inherit the race lead as Nutcap now gets released out of the pit lane now? 38% of fuel, so on the hard tyres now. Where is Latari Racing? Latari Racing coming up to SAGT Nutcap, not able to catch up in time to take that race lead away from SAGT Nutcap. The gap is pretty much the same as they were before Latari pitted for them hard tyres, so the gap is 0.3 of a second, but certainly the intensity rises and rises as we get into the latter part of this race. So certainly a straight up fight for the race lead between the two drivers. Lequera still not come off of them hard tyres, of course. He will need to pit for the soft tyres. Very surprised that he's not done that already, to be honest, with KD the Kai probably the next driver on that's on the soft tyres. He did pit quite early on actually, so he is currently P4, 5.4 seconds adrift of the race leaders as he goes a little bit wide and catches a bit of dirt on the outside of the circuit. We've got VSR Wolfie in 5th position right now, who is 2.8 seconds adrift of KD the Kai. Also on the racing soft tyres, Mo Flavor is in pursuit of VSR Wolfie. So actually Wolfie, I think, has made the undercut work because he has taken the position from TNR Mo Flavor. So the gap is 0.6 of a second. Captain Slow and Trusp and, well, a line astern for about 7 cars then, all the way down into P12 for VSR Kennels then. So very, very tight amongst all these soft runners. So anything can happen in the last 3 laps with Sam Steele P13 and Ray Carter at the back of the grid in 14th position, looking rather I can't use that word. Looking rather precarious. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Precarious for the two drivers. So let's get back on board with SAGT Nutcap then. Still holding a lead to Latari Racing by 0.6 of a second. But the main question here, Tusum, do you think KD the Kai has enough time to catch up with the front runners of Latari and Nutcap?
Well, I think in his condition, it won't be a question of if he has the time. I think it's going to be whether or not those tires are going to last. He's got 3 laps to close about 2 seconds per lap, which might be doable with like fresh softs, but with those rapidly degrading soft tires, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to close that gap. And he's got Wolfie and Mo Flavor right behind him with much fresher softs, so it's this battle for the podium is going to heat up.
It absolutely is, yeah. Wolfie, who's just half a second down on KD the Kai, you can see that his tyres are looking in much better condition than KD the Kai's. And when we actually look at the lap delta, KD the Kai, last lap was a 1 minute 50.6. If you compare it to the hard runners, actually, Latari Racing has made the move on Nutcap. Now, I didn't see that. So, Latari Racing in the lead of the race then. I was going to say that he's hitting the 1 minute 50 range of lap times, but Nutcap, he's still in this, of course, firmly in that slipstream. So, it's looking like Nutcap will get pulled through the tunnel and onto the straight now, but will it be enough for him to make the move on Latari Racing? You can see the differences in speed between the Ferrari of Latari and SAGT Nutcap, not having the grunt in that Citroen to be able to catch up with Latari Racing by the time we got into turn...
sorry to cut you off. We got a pass for Mo Flavor going into P4, going into turn 2. He's going to try to stick it around the outside, but there's a little bit of contact as Mo Flavor looks like he may have been forced into the wall. Hard to see. We'll see if we get a replay for that one.
Yeah, so looking on board with the replay, so VSR Wolfie had the advantage, but Mo Flavor had the overspeed around the outside from Mo Flavor, but then had to get hard on the brakes, and VSR Wolfie, not sure he gave him enough space on the outside, so Wolfie does take that 4th position away from him, but unfortunately Mo Flavor pushed into the barrier, and I'm sure he won't be happy with that, Tusum.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan of that either. I wouldn't be surprised if there'd be a ticket submitted for that incident.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's certainly going to get intense in the last couple of laps here because we have got a 4-way fight for that 3rd position. As we mentioned with KD the Kai, his tyres are looking worse for wear at this stage. VSR Wolfie in a prime position to take that 3rd position away from him. If he can get a good exit out of the tunnel and on the hairpin, then I think that he'll be licking his lips to take that podium position away from KD Lakai. But KD Lakai got a very, very good exit out of the chicane. So VSR Wolfie not able to take advantage of making a move on him. Mo Flavor has got a lot of pressure from his teammate Captain Slow, who is currently 0.3 of a second down in 6th position. Just cycling through the grid now just to see if we've got any close battles happening here, because VSR Kennels has got a good run on VSR Giller currently 9th position. VSR Kennels, who comes off the gas early, looks like they're going to be preserving them P9 and P10 positions respectively. Sam still up into P11. TNR Whipperman has made a mistake somewhere. He's got front aero and rear aero damage down into P13. So Lequera has leapfrogged TNR Whipperman into P12, and Ray Carter now just 1.3 seconds behind in 14th position. So a big error, it seems, by TNR Whipperman then, who has sunk down many positions. Latari Racing still leading the race, 1.5 seconds ahead of SAGT Nutcap. So 3 seconds is the gap between Nutcap and KD the Kai, but it's looking like it's too little too late. We've got a gang of cars behind.
Katie is struggling right now. He's dropped down to P5. Might even drop down to P6. His tires are almost gone, and he is getting swallowed up by P3, 4, and 5.
Absolutely. There could be all sorts of commotion in the final corners here. Let's quickly have a look at Mo Flavor on that move on KD the Kai then. So Mo Flavor was in P5. KD the Kai went wide, and VSR Wolfie with the domino effect where he had nowhere to go, but KD the Kai's bumper. So Mo Flavor took full advantage to slingshot his way down the inside into P3. Let's quickly go back to the race leaders now, and it's Latari Racing with the round 4.1 victory. Congratulations to Latari Racing. Nutcap in P2, Mo Flavor in P3, and VSR Wolfie P4, TNR Captain Slow in P5, KD Lakai down into P6 with Truce in P7, Fish P8, Giller P9, VSR Kennels in P10. Let's quickly have a look at the replay at the end of the race there. So VSR Wolfie was in P4, Captain Slow P5, KD the Kai had already sunk down into P6, so Mo Flavor getting the last step on the podium to finish in third position. That was fast and frantic at the end, and I do apologise that I missed a little bit of the action at the end there. We do have another race coming up very, very shortly, but before we do so, let's quickly run you through the provisional results of round 4.1 at the Grand Valley Highway Circuit in the Group 3 cars, that is. So it is Latari Racing with the first victory of this lockdown phase in this Manufacturers Showdown championship, finishing 1.3 seconds ahead of SAGT Nutcap, who finished in a brilliant second position. Then Mo Flavor claims third position with a brilliant result for him, ahead of VSR Wolfie, who finished in P4, just a 10th quicker than TNR Captain Slow in P5, with KD the Kai that unfortunately, with the degradation of them soft tyres, sunk down into 6th position. Then Sam Truce in 7th position, with VSR Fish finishing in 8th position. In 9th was VSR Giller, and VSR Kennels rounds up the top 10 with Sam Steele in P11, MGR Laquera in 12th position, and Ray Carter from 13th position, and TNR Whipperman in 14th. But yeah, that was a brilliant first race to get us through the night, with another one coming very shortly. What are your thoughts, Tusum, on Sprint 1?
Well, it looks like Nutcap and Latari, they had the strategy spot on. Even though they did slightly different tire strategies, Latari came in on lap 6 and Nutcap came in on lap 7. It almost had no change to their pace because they both came out almost exactly as far apart as they were before they pit. A real shame from KD the Kai. Tried to make the undercut work, and you know, he was catching. He was within 2 seconds towards the end of the race, but just the tires just couldn't hang on for 6 laps. But yeah, overall, really good racing from all the drivers so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just confirmation of the top 3, which I do need to memorise, because potentially could be 6 interviews that we bring you after race 2. So yeah, just reminiscing with TNR Mo Flavor, who back into Tier 1 this evening, and of course there for the rest of the season. Brilliant P3 for him, but business as usual for the SAGT pair of Latari Racing and Nutcap. Latari Racing actually grabbing his 3rd victory of the season ahead of Nutcap, who I think will be a little bit frustrated at that, but we do have another race to come. So yeah, guys, I suppose we do need to bring you the details going into race 2 then. So let's bring you that now. So okay, so for race 2 then, so as you can see, we are at the Eigar Nordwand for the sprint 2 of this double header. And so, a beautiful, stunning mountain range in Switzerland for the visit of Eigar Nordwand, but this time in the Group 4 cars. Now, this is one of the iconic fictional circuits that was brought to us in the early PS3 era on Gran Turismo 5, but has been updated for us in GT7. The track length is a mere 2.4 kilometers, featuring 14 turns in a clockwise direction with high elevation changes in this high altitude location. Now, on to the race settings. So there will be a 5-minute qualifier ahead of a grid start with full start check in this 18-lap race for round 4.2 at the Eigar Nordwand circuit. Race will start first thing in the morning at dawn with just racing soft tyres available for the drivers. Tyre wear is set to ×2 and a fuel consumption rate at ×5, with your normal balance of power enabled with just brake balance to be tweaked, heavy damage enabled, but this time the slipstream is set to weak. We are expecting the race conditions to be perfect for the drivers as the weather is forecast as sunny. But Tusmbox, a circuit that's not often shown in Gran Turismo in terms of like daily races and kind of like your esports like Manufacturer Series and stuff. So, what were your thoughts on this circuit, and how do you think the drivers are going to fare in these Group 4 cars?
Well, I have a number of pet peeves regarding the GT7 iteration of this track, but I won't get too much into that. We just came from Grand Valley Highway. It's a very high-speed circuit. We're going to a circuit with much sharper turns, very few full throttle sections. It's a stark contrast to the previous race, so it's going to be a bit of an adjustment. And having slightly less tire wear, but trying to save the tires so they don't have to make a pit stop. I think that's going to be the biggest challenge. So I think instead of the all-out sprint that we saw in the last race, we might see a little bit of tire preservation, a little bit more caution going into this race. Yeah,
absolutely. And I forgot to push the comms button there, but there we are. If you could see us, we are waving in the background. So in terms of this race then, so only soft tyres are enabled. So I would imagine most of the drivers probably doing the no stopper, and it's about preserving them tyres and hoping that they've got enough fuel to last them the duration of the race. It is 18 laps here at the Eigar Nordwand circuit. So it's going to be interesting. I would say that qualifying is going to be so important for the drivers today. This could get very, very tasty. Okay, but let's bring you back on track because the drivers are literally about to get their qualifying underway. It's 5 minutes here at the Eigar Nordwand circuit for this qualifying session. So let's bring you back to the drivers. And there we go. So, as you can see, they're putting in their last minute practice right now. So I mean, in terms of the Group 4 cars, I don't know what the favourite is at this location. You would maybe say that the Citroen would be having a good chance, but I did get reports from some of the drivers in the interviews where they said that the FR cars are not the strongest at this particular location, that you would probably want to have a four-wheel drive car. So that means that the likes of Lamborghini could be really strong here with the VSR team. We're just looking here. Sam Trusp, which is P7. Is this qualifying already? Or is this practice? No.
No,
Right.
they're still in practice. Looks like qualifying starting now.
Yes. Right, there we go. I thought we missed a boat there, but no, they are just about to get their qualifying underway now. So, we have predicted that maybe the Lamborghini would be really, really strong here. The Citroen, although typically is the meta for Group 4, but I have been told might not be that strong around this circuit. It remains to be seen whether or not that will be the case for the drivers. Now, it is a short outlap for the drivers because the pit lane is halfway through the lap, so we're just starting now. So Nutcap on his timed lap, and it's a little bit confusing at the moment because I can't find the right driver. So we'll try.
If you're looking
for
the lead driver, it's Galara. Right now shown in P3.
Right.
He's the lead car out right now.
Thank you, Tusm. Yeah, so, as Giller just hits the wall there, I suspect he will reset to the pit, so it will be Fish that we look on board with now then. A bit of a calamity moment there for VSR Giller, but luckily, because the laps are so short at Eigar Nordwand, that he's able to reset to the pit lane and still should have enough time to get in some fast laps. So we look on board with VSR Vish then. Is it Wolf? No, so Wolfie is on his outlap as well, so he will need to pull aside to allow the fast drivers through. So here comes VSR Vish now, just coming around the final corner now to set a 1 minute 6.2. It's then replaced by Mo Flavor with a 1 minute 5.5, and then SAGC Nutcap with a 1 minute 5.439 to land himself on pole position. TNR Captain Slow in fourth position with a 105.780. Sam Trusp in third position with a 105.670. I do suspect the times are gonna be very, very close together with VSR Kennels in P6 because Whipperman has now moved himself up into second position as we see the pink sky in the morning. Do they call it Shepherd's Delight? I do believe. TNR Whipperman, 105.446. 7,000th of a second off of pole position sitter right now, SAGC Nutcap, who set that 1 minute 5.439. TNR Whipperman has gone half a tenth quicker in sector 2, I do believe. So MGO Lecuera just sets his time to move up into P5, 1 minute 5.684 for him. So the times are coming thick and fast. We are talking a TEV separating P5 to P6 and less than a TEV between P6 and P7. Let's have a look at Wolfie. Did improve, but down in P10, I do believe. Kennels has moved up into P4 with 105.6. Ray Carter up into P8. No, down into P9 now because the times are coming in thick and fast. Sam still P7, but TNR Whipperman able to go onto pole position, keeping up that momentum, and sets a 1 minute 5.313, 1.5 tenths quicker than SAGT Nutcap. So Nutcap has got it all to do if he is to pull it out of the bag, it just clatters the wall on the outside there, and yet again, so I don't think he's going to go quicker on this lap. Mo Flavor third, and VSR Giller moves up into P5 with a 1 minute 5.664. So as I said, the times are coming in thick and fast, but what are your thoughts in this qualifying session so far, Tusm?
I'm actually keeping an eye on Latara. He's a half a second off of pole, but that puts him right now in P12.
Wow. That's crazy. Half a second separating the top 12. And if you think about the whole grid, 6/10 of a second separating the whole grid with Katie the Kite in P14 with a 105.9. It's absolutely crazy. We've got about a minute left of this qualifying session. So we'll see if TNR Whipperman can hold on to that pole position. But so far, Nutcap's not able to go quicker, currently in second position, but you can see how tight it is. We are talking 200th of a second separating Nutcap to Sam Trusp, a tenth separating Trusp to Mo Flavor, and 2.5 tenths down on pole sitter TNR Whipperman. And we did say this, TNR Whipperman, who had a bit of a disaster of a race in race 1, looking to try to make amends in race 2. Well, he's definitely going about it the right way here, Tusm.
Yeah, it's a sensational lap from him. I mean, the session is about to end right now, so we'll see if anybody can top that. But it's looking like that might be our pole position, as Nutcap almost matches it with a 5.395. Not quite quick enough to overtake Whipperman to take pole.
Absolutely craziness. Yeah, not quite there. He did improve, but still within a tenth of Whipperman's time, as Ray Carter does improve. But Ray Carter will be Ray Carter is P9. So yeah, just super tight times between the drivers. It is crazy how close it is. Not even half a second separating the top 10. So is Katie the Kite has set his last lap, so he's not going to improve. So it is looking how it is then of the leaderboards for the. Oh, actually, Truce is going to come across the line now, but didn't have enough time to set the lap. So these are the results from qualifying. So we've got TNR Whipperman with, I do believe, his first pole position of qualifying in this manufacturer's season so far, with SAGT Nutcap starting alongside him on the front row from second position. Then on row 2 we got Sam Trusp and Mo Flavor starting from P3 and P4. On row 3 we got VSR Kennels and VSR Vish starting from P5 and P6 respectively. On row 4 we got VSR Giller in 7th position, and 8th position going to Laquera with that 105.684. As I said, look how tight them times are, absolutely ridiculous. On row 5 we've got TNR Ray Carter starting ahead of VSR Wolfie on row 5, P9 and P10 for them drivers. And on row 6 we've got Sam Steele and TNR Captain Slow starting from P11 and P12. And on the final row, and something we didn't predict here, we've got SAGT Latari on P13, and starting alongside him is KD the Guy from P14. Absolutely insane, Tusum.
Yeah, I know Nutcap has to be wearing a smile 6 miles wide after that performance. You know, they got 18 laps to try to catch up, but as discussed earlier, this is a very difficult track to overtake on, and there's not really any pit strategy that we're expecting. So any overtaking they're going to have to do it on track.
Absolutely, and we said like how important qualifying was here, so it's a real shame for Latari and Katie the Kai. Of course, Latari Racing, who won the last race, now having to try and fight his way back from P13, which is no easy feat, that is for sure. With Katie the Kai, who got P6 in the last race, but yeah, it's going to be so difficult. I mean, trying to go too wide in certain corners is almost impossible, and with so many hairpins and so many slow corners and not many fast straights, it's going to be very, very difficult for many of the drivers just to overtake each other. They are literally relying on mistakes of the drivers around them, I think. So it's going to be tight, it's going to be intense, and I think this is going to be very, very enthralling. 18 laps around Eigar Nordwand coming up, guys. So yeah, absolutely can't wait for this one. And place your bets in chat. Who do you think will be your top 3? Will it be the drivers that are already in the top 3, or do you think that things can change throughout the race? This is certainly well, squeaky bum time, as I like to call it, as the race is about to get underway, as we await the countdown. But welcoming everyone in chat. I just see Hugh Hattrick in here. Good evening to you. And good evening to TNR Galactico, as well as we come to the track right now with the drivers lined up in position. It will be TNR Whipperman that gets us underway from first position ahead of TNR Nutcap as we await the 5 red lights to start round 4.2 of this Manufacturer Showdown at the Eigar Nordwand circuit. Gr.4 cars and lights out, and away we go. Nightcap gets an excellent start. He's got the inside line as well, so he will inherit that first position. Truce up into P2, Whipperman down into P3, of course using the Audi. And he gets tagged around and spins around, and he loses about 7 positions. In fact, it's a bit of a domino effect with the cars as well, because they all kind of congested up, and there was a few spinners. We will get back onto the replay shortly, but we will keep an eye on what's going to happen here, because something may materialise. But certainly Whipperman, the man who lost out there, and I do believe it may have been Sam Steele as well that may have lost out there as well. So a very hectic start we've had here, and TNR Whipperman trying to battle Katie the Kite. Katie the Kite's made up 3 positions from his grid start. He is side by side with Sam Steele. Katie the Kite will have the inside line, but no, backs out of it, because 2 will definitely not go into 1 there. So Sam Steele inherits that 11th position ahead of Katie the Kite in P12, and Captain Slow just behind in P13, and Latari Racing in 14th position. So they are a line astern as we come down the straight now to start lap 2 of 18. And let's quickly have a look on the replay and see exactly what happened to Whipperman. So started from pole position as we spoke about there. So the Audi not having the best of starts, and then if you look from behind as they congested up, it was VSR Fish that ran into the side of TNR Whipperman, which is rather unfortunate. And then it was almost kind of drivers trying to push on through in the mid pack, and it got a little bit messy there, Tusm.
Yeah, I mean, we know that turn 1 was going to be congested. We also know that it's one of the best paces to overtake. Maybe not so much on lap 1, but yeah, I mean, that was unfortunately kind of expected going into that first corner with 14 cars all trying to take up the same real estate.
Yeah, absolutely, and somebody that did benefit then was SAGC Nutcat then, who has the race lead, who it's been a little bit unfortunate in these races so far, with SAGC Latari getting the upper hand on him, but looking like he's in prime position to take this race victory. Of course, we are only on lap 3 of 18, but in the Citroen that tends to be really good on his tyre, whereas he goes a bit squirrely and a little bit wide, but gets away with it. Sam Truce, who is, he's had an excellent start to this race, who has moved up a couple of positions from the grid start up into P2, just 0.4 of a second down on SAGC Nutcap in the race lead, with Truce being second, VSR Kennels in 3rd position. Now Kennels, I haven't seen him this high for a hot minute, so VSR Kennels having an excellent start to the race for the VSR driver, with VSR Fish in 4th position, with Lequera in P5 in the Scirocco that you wouldn't expect to be too strong around here, but is having a great start to his race in P5. Mo Flavor P6, so they are line astern. We're talking 2.5 seconds separating the top 6 drivers. As Mo Flavor goes a little bit deep, which is not going to help his cause, but still stays to the back of Lequera in 6th position. Then we've got Ray Carter P7, who is looking to scythe his way up the grid as much as possible. We've got VSR Giller in P8 and VSR Wolfie P9, Whipperman still in P10, and Sam Steele in P11. KD Lakai not being able to make a move on Sam Steele, but Sam Steele has a half a second penalty, so he will serve that at I do believe the next lap, so Katie Nakai should take that position away from him. Latari Racing has made up a position on TNR. Captain Slow looks like he may have made a mistake, currently at the back of the grid from P14. So you're going to see here, guys, because the laps are so short, that this race is going to whiz by in an instant. We're already on lap 5 of 18 with pretty much no strategy here. It's about survival. It's about making them soft tyres last as long as possible with the only tyre that is available for this race. So we're going to see some strategic driving. We're going to see some drivers pushing for their lives. So it's certainly going to get very interesting, I think, Tusm.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at everybody's tire wear so far, and it looks like they shouldn't have much of an issue. The one concern I would have is for the drivers in those FF cars, the Scirocco and the TT. Their front tires are taking a little bit more damage than the likes of the other cars, so I'll be interested to see how they fare throughout this tire saver.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we know that the Porsches were about average as SAGT Nutcap goes a little bit wide, but again, we'll take his line through the corner and hold on to the race lead. We do know that the Citroen very good on its tyres, so we can't see that being a problem for SAGT Nutcap. It's just whether or not he can hold on to that lead, really, and see if there is a difference with that Citroen. But Sam True's keeping him honest at the moment. Second position for him, with VSR Kennels in hot pursuit of Sam True's, currently in third position. We've got VSR Fish as well, who do not rule him out, because he is currently P4, 2 seconds adrift of the race leader SAGT Nutcap. So Mo Flavor currently P5, but a little bit of a gap to VSR Fish, so he's going to be losing time, I think, because not in that slipstream. And of course, we know he's in the Audi TT car, which is a front wheel drive car, which does degrade its front tires quite quickly, so he'll be wanting to try and catch up to the top 4 before he may think that he'll start sinking down. Leclerc also in the same predicament as well, because I mean, look at his soft tires now. He's already got a quarter wear on the front left tyre there, so it's going to be interesting to see how quickly the tyres do fall off a cliff, or whether or not he will be able to preserve them tyres for the remainder of the race. VSR Giller following in hot pursuit in 7th position, and you can see the tyre wear differences really preserving them tyres, so you may see some position changes in the latter half of this race. Ray Carter 1.1 seconds down, but has got VSR Wolfie up the inside of Ray Carter, and he takes their position away from Ray Carter to move up into P8. Ray Carter firmly in that slipstream. He should be aware that no bump drafting allowed, and that is why he got penalised in the last race, because he got confused with the rules, where there's differences of rules between different race leagues, where some race leagues do accept bump drafting, and of course SMA we don't. But let's have a look at the move from VSR Wolfie then on Ray Carter. So got a good exit, and as we came up to this long right-hander, Ray Carter left the door open. Slight nudge I would say on Ray Carter there, but rubbing is racing. But certainly Wolfie took up that opportunity, which is a rare opportunity, because there's barely any passing opportunities on a circuit like this. So you would say that it was clean enough, I think, but still, maybe Ray Carter will have something to say about that. We've got VSR Giller that is leading this train of cars now, with Leclerc looking to hound him down in P7, but yeah, certainly very close between the 3 drivers. And Leclerc runs a little bit wide. We have got a battle for the top 4 still, though, although it looks like Nutcap is starting to put away a little bit. 3.2 seconds is the gap between the top 4 drivers. VSR Kennels, who is 1.3 seconds separated him to Sam True's been P2 and 1.3 seconds now, the gap between SAGT Nutcap and Sam Trusp. So, you know, Nutcap in a really good position right now. You can see the difference in tyre wear as well. So, where I was saying that maybe the Lamborghini might be favourite here, no, not according to SAGT Nutcap, who has a unassailable lead at the moment. 1.1 seconds is the gap. But Tusmbox, have you seen any further... Oh, I was going to say any further developments as I look on board with VSR Wolfie. Leclerc just clatters the ball on the outside and now will be coming under severe pressure from VSR Wolfie as we approach this fast right-hander. So, yeah. Oh, Leclerc goes wide. Oh, he rides the banking and that slows him down. He's got the inside line. He's going to defend for his life, and VSR Wolf is going to be shown the outside line. So for the time being, Leclerc holds that 7th position, but he's going to go super defensive, and what that is going to cause is a domino effect of cars behind it as VSR Wolfie with a late dive around the outside and now turn up into the inside line, and VSR Wolfie makes it stick and moves up into P7. What a fantastic move there from VSR Wolfie. Let's quickly have a look on the replay because that was a textbook overtake there from VSR Wolfie on Leclerc. So Leclerc, who had the inside line, had to get on the brakes earlier, but there was VSR Wolfie who you know, carried the speed around the outside, which then turned into the inside line. So yeah, fantastic move from VSR Wolfie. But yeah, is there any further developments in the grid of what you've seen so far, Tusmbox?
No, there's a lot of line of stern driving right now. The drivers right now, they're in that tire conservation stage, especially the FF drivers. They're really struggling with that front left. I would honestly be surprised if they made it to the end of this race on those tires. Unfortunately for Kai and Latari, their charges up through the field are not quite working out for them. They do still have some time to catch up, but they're not making their way through the field like we anticipated.
Yeah, absolutely. We know how difficult it is to pass on a circuit like this, and that's what made VSR Wolfie's move so great, because he had not even half a chance to make the move work there, but it was clever placement of his car to steal the march on MGR Leclerc. So we will keep an eye on that battle, but we will have a look further around the grid as well, because TNR Whipperman looks like he's starting to get a run on Leclerc. As we mentioned with Leclerc, look at his tyres. Wow, look at MGR Leclerc's tyres as the racing soft tyres are now burnt to a crisp. So I didn't realise that the Scirocco was that bad on his tyres. Is it the fact that Leclerc has pushed a little bit too hard on his soft stint there? Because at this rate, I don't know if he's going to have enough grip of a tyre by the time we get to the end of the race here. So he is a sinking ship, I think, here, Tusm, because Whipperman, although Leclerc is not going to make it easy for him, of course, Whipperman now is going to have superior grip, superior speed, and oh, he nearly went for a move there, but Leclerc closed the door off there. So so yeah, that is well, it's certainly going to get interesting, because as I said, with all the battling, as TNR Whipperman, oh, it looks like he's got better grip. Looks like Whipperman's going to get a run on Leclerc, although Leclerc still holds on to the 8th position. But here comes Ray Carter now, because there will be a domino effect of the drivers behind. So Whipperman will have to look firmly in his mirrors, because here comes Ray Carter in the Citroen, of course. So it's definitely going to be squeaky, but on time, it's still on Whipperman. Nearly lost the rotation of the car as it went a little bit squirrely on the entry to the final corner of lap 12, but Whipperman just able to hold on to that 9th position, with Ray Carter fast approaching him in 10th position. We've got Latari Racing in P11 now. Sam still just behind in 12th position, so he could get rather tasty between these 5 drivers. Katie Nakai could get thrown into the mix, but of course Katie Nakai there with ever degrading tyres by the looks of it. So certainly something that maybe Tusum you could keep an eye on. I'll quickly have a look at the top end of the grid because Nutcap is leading by 1.2 seconds over Trusp. The tyre situation is looking good for Nutcap though, with Trusp now second position, 1.4 seconds adrift, but he has got a fast approaching VSR Kennels, who is looking much better in the tyre department, and well, it's looking like if VSR Kennels can keep this up, then maybe he could steal a march on Sam Trusp to take that second position. Now, I do believe with VSR Kennels, we've never interviewed him, and I do not want to jinx him here, but I've been longing to interview VSR Kennels for a very, very long time. So fingers crossed for VSR Kennels.
We got actually going into turn one. Lequera almost got overtaken by Whipperman going into turn one. Oh, Letard's going to squeeze down the inside, taking 2 positions coming out of turn 2. Whipperman's fighting it, trying to stick around the inside. All right, so Letard does gain 1 position. Ray Carter trying to take it back, but he gets sideways, almost loses it, but catches it. Just barely, but he's going to lose a few positions, dropping him in a P13.
Okay, let's have a look on the replay then. So yeah, as you mentioned, so TNR Whipperman side by side with Lequera. Lequera went quite deep, but so did Whipperman. There was Ray Carter, but around the outside, it wasn't going to work there. So it was P10, but then, yeah, he just scraped the wall on the outside, which then gave the opportunity for Sam Steele to try to at least draw up alongside him. And then, oh yeah, Ray Carter sideways, and Sam Steele and KD the car did come through to move up into P11, 12, and Ray Carter down into P13. So yeah, some exciting action going on in the final embers of this race. It's certainly super close for the bottom 7 or 8 drivers then. So yeah, well, actually Lequera is also in that conundrum really, because look, he's racing soft tyres, he's got nothing left. He's going to be losing so much time here. Really going to be difficult for him to control this car in the final 3 laps of this race. Whipperman surely has got a good run on him now, and yes, he draws up alongside Lequera. Lequera has nowhere to go really. He's going to have to concede that position to TNR Whipperman. So Whipperman up into P8, Lequera in the P9. Latari Racing will be the next driver to come up, but Sam's still now battling with Latari Racing. So Lequera is struggling for dear life though, so I do suspect there will be position changes in the final 3 laps of this race. Sam Steele is gonna, well, he's gonna try it around the outside. I'm not sure if he's gonna make it work, so has to tuck back in behind Latari Racing. Kaidi Nakai is gonna be eyeing up positions as well, really just shadowing the cars in front just to see whether or not there'll be any mistakes or any gaps that open up that he can dive into. But Lequera really struggling now. Latari Racing all over the back bumper of him. Latari Racing has barely got a sliver of grip himself as Lequera picks up a half a second penalty. Sam Steele's got the inside line to Lequera because there's no grip on the front tyres of Lequera. So here comes Kaidi Nakai in 12th into P11, down the inside of him, gets the overspeed. Lequera's got half a second penalty as well, but he has got nothing left on that front left tyre. So Ray Carter should have a good run on Lequera as well. Oh, as there may have been a little bit of contact between the 2 drivers as Ray Carter runs wide, but it's looking like Lequera is going to sink down another position as Ray Carter takes that 12th position away from Lequera. Lequera flashing his lights, maybe not happy with that move. Lequera with that half a second penalty, as I said, but let's go back to the race lead with SAGT Nutcap holding that lead 4 seconds adrift of VSR Kennels, who still holds that second position ahead of Sam Trusby.
Sorry, I just want to cut in really quick. It was Sam Trusby who was in P2, but his tires are almost gone, and Kennels was actually able to overtake Trusby going into turn 1 to take P2, and he's now under threat by Varsh to take P3.
Okay, yeah, I think we just about missed that replay there, but yeah, you are certainly correct. Sam Trusp is in a precarious position here, because currently P3 for him at the moment, but with 1 lap to go, he's going to have a certain pressure from VSR Fish, who is looking faster at this stage with much better much better tyre situation, a lot less degradation on his tyres compared to Sam Truce. So again, Sam Truce is well, you know, he'll be making his car as wide as possible, but yet knowing that he's going to be very slow through these turns. VSR Kennels is favourite to hold on to that second position, but here comes VSR Fish then. Here comes an opportunity for VSR Fish, who has got a nose on the inside. I don't think Sam Truce, well, he does come across him. VSR Fish goes wide as well. That may, no, he's not going to take that third position. Sam Truce is going to hold on to that third position for the time being, but it's still same as per usual between SA GT Nutcap and Kennels. But here comes VSR Fish. He's got maybe about 2 corners to try and make this move stick, but we do need to get on board with SA GT Nutcap, who grabs the second race victory from this round 4 race. VSR Kennels with a P2, and Sam Truce finishes in P3 ahead of VSR Fish in P4, VSR Wolfie in 5th, and Mo Flavor P6, VSR Giller P7, and TLR Whipperman in P8. We still got Ray Carter trying to hold off Latari Racing for P9, P10, Sam Steele P11, Katie the Kai P12, Captain Slow P13. Let's quickly see what happened right at the end there, if the game allows me to. Yeah, there was no, it's not going to. Didn't have enough time, unfortunately. But what a intense battle we have just seen there. As we did know it was going to happen, right, Tusm? But yeah, what was your thoughts on you know, such a enthralling race here at the Eigar Nordwand?
Yeah, that tire wear, it played a massive role in that race. A lot of drivers struggling, especially towards the end of the race, and you know that cost them a few positions. But I mean, they really didn't have much of a choice, because pitting would have cost them a lot more time than I think worn tires did. So yeah, a lot of drama in that last lap. I do want to mention that in that last corner in the last lap, Wolfie made a last-ditch effort to overtake Mo Flavor for P5. So great move from Wolfie. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see it, but again, really well done to take P5 at the last moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, certainly something that we did see here is, of course, well, a completely different grid, really, from what we saw from the first race. So let's just give you the provisional race results right now, as it is SAGT Nutcap that celebrates a victory from round 4. This is round 4.2 at the Eigar Nordwand circuit, in the Group 4 cars, ahead of VSR Kennels with, I do believe, his best ever result in SMA, with an excellent second position for him, for the Lamborghini driver. Then it was Sam Truce who gets the last step on the podium in third position. They will get interviewed in about 10 minutes time, so do watch out for that one. I'm really looking forward to speaking to VSR Kennels in a little bit. But then we got VSR Fish, who finishes in an excellent P4 ahead of his teammate VSR Wolfie, who grabs a P5. Then it was Mo Flavor in 6th position ahead of VSR Giller in 7th position, and TLR Whipperman rounding up our top 8 drivers. In 9th position, we have Ray Carter and Latari Racing, who had a little bit too much to do from his grid start, but does make up a few positions to finish in 10th position ahead of Sam Steele in P11 and KD the Kai in 12th position ahead of TNR Captain Slow in 13th, and Laquera, who unfortunately was suffering from tyre degradation, had nothing left at the end and finishes in 14th position. So yeah, just an amazing couple of races we've had today, guys. And yeah, we're gonna go for a quick break, but we've got a lot to come up when we do come back, because when we do come back, we'll have sorry, not when we come back. During the break, we're going to see the climatic ending to the extraordinary race we had at last week at the Green Hell, and then we will announce our viewer spot prize winner from last week's stream, as we did smash. Oh, I got a bit of feedback there. As we did smash that 40 like requirement from last week's broadcast, so we will announce a winner for our spot prize, and of course Robin Williams will be joining us with a special announcement for SMA, and then of course we got the reaction of our podium finishers from both sprint races, yeah, do make sure, guys, if you haven't already, hit that like button for today's broadcast if you do want to qualify for next week's viewer spot prize. You know, we must hit that 40 like requirement, so if you haven't already done so, please do so, and do hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel and you haven't already done so. It'll be much appreciated. But yeah, a lot to come up, so we'll be back very shortly, so don't go anywhere, and we'll see you very soon. SMA is brought to you by Simulator Cave, HostNet Midstream, Right Recruitment, DC Designs, Slayer Energy, Waggy and Sons, Jetor, Sparko Gaming, Bearded Skull, and Build Mat. Our official sponsors of SMA Season 2, Manufacturers Showdown 2026. It could go either way here. Leclerc really threatening for that P5. It's not going to work there though. Oh, it's like door banging there, and nearly catastrophe for the two drivers. But VSR Giller slips up the inside to take that fifth position temporarily. He's going to have the slipstream of Sam Truce, but he's going to have to serve that penalty now. So Leclerc should take that fifth position away from him. And I think Sam Steele will also take that position away from VSR Giller. Yeah, both Sam...
Oh no, Nutcap! Nutcap just spun!
Oh,
there was
wow.
contact between him and Ray Carter, and Nutcap just spun. He's dropped down to 4th place in that gaggle for P3 now.
Wow, okay, I have got the replay saved, so let's take a look and see what happened there. So two side by side, two definitely don't go into one as we go down the hill and through the complex of corners into the braking zone, and Ray Carter comes across a little bit, and Nutcap had nowhere to go but into the barrier, and yeah, unfortunately maybe squeezed Nutcap a little bit too much, and when you're in that braking zone on a wet circuit on wet grass, Nutcap unfortunately could not save the car, and now is getting swarmed by a Sam driver, and the VSR driver is Sam Truce goes wide out of there as well. We'll have a look on the replay now, but yeah, certainly what that has developed is a domino effect between about 5 drivers now. We've seen throughout SMA this season. Oh, as VSR Giller goes deep and will lose a position to SAGT Nutcap. Here comes Sam Truce as well around the outside. They're going to be side by side, but two definitely don't go into one through the Schumacher S.
For the pre-Nordschleife chicane. I can't talk. I can't keep up with all this.
This is exactly what SMA is like, because I couldn't even show the replay of the battle behind. So yeah, Ray Carter left the door open for VSR Wolfie, and he took it with two hands there, with both hands there, should I say, to move up into the race lead. Recently promoted into Tier 1 in the heady heights of a top 3 position as well. So we are talking for Ray Carter with a moment there, and Leclerc again gratefully takes that second position away from Ray Carter to move up into P2. But then we've got VSR Giller and we've got SAGT Nutcap in the background as well. So VSR Giller takes that position away from Ray Carter to move up into P3, and we still got
I was just about to comment. We actually have 9 drivers all within just over 3 seconds of one another. If any of these drivers make even a minor mistake, it could mean multiple positions lost.
Oh, and side by side between VSR Giller and MGR Leclerc. It looks like VSR Giller has taken that position away from MGR Leclerc to move up into P2. VSR Wolfie still leading the race currently, but Currently Giller doing a great job in P2. We've never seen him this far up the grid before. Lequera again. Oh, he's on this. A late move from SAGT Lugab. And contact between Ray Carter and Lequera as Lequera gets shunted into the barrier. Look, we've got side by side with Viersar Wolfie. It's contact. There's contact between the two drivers as Viersar Giller goes wide into the barrier, but doesn't pick up damage. But he has got dirty tyres as looks like SAGT Nutgap goes up the inside. A little bit of contact yet again between the two drivers with TNR Captain Slow now looking to size up an opportunity of Viersar Giller. Giller is going to close off that door, but it looks like Viersar Giller is fighting tooth and nail for that second position. A little bit of fuel saving going on for Katie Lakai as he gets a better run on Tino. Oh, there's contact. There's contact between the two drivers, and we'll have a look on the replay. But Katie Lakai sinks down into P10. Latari racing up into P9. Oh, and there's no
Whipperman.
Whipperman's gone. Whipperman has gone, and I'm just lost for words at this point. The final members of the race with Viersar Wolfie leading the race at the moment. So it's Ray Carter and Lequera side by side as we go down the Duttinger Straight. Lequera will sink into Ray Carter's slipstream and try to power past him as we go into the braking zone. Viersar Giller and Nutcap are also side by side as well. Ray Carter and Lequera, who comes out on top? It's Ray Carter ahead of Lequera as Viersar Wolfie now approaching the finish line to win round 3 at the Nürburgring 24-hour circuit. Congratulations to Viersar Wolfie with Ray Carter in P2, Lequera in P3, Viersar Giller side by side with Nutcap, but Viersar Giller comes across the line in P4, Nutcap in P5, Katie Lakai in P6, Latari Racing in P7, Sam Steele P8, TNR Captain Slow in P9. It will be Whipperman in 10th position. SMA is brought to you by Simulator Cave, Hostnet Midstream, Right Recruitment, DC Designs, Slayer Energy, Waggy & Sons, Jetor, Sparko Gaming, Bearded Skull and Build Mat. Our official sponsors of SMA Season 2, Manufacturers Showdown 2026. Now, as promised, we said last week if we hit 40 likes or more on the broadcast, we will be giving away some cool prizes. Well, I'm pleased to announce our winner. Congratulations to you, MGR the Dutchman, also known as Nico on YouTube. You have won some Slayer swag, which comprises of a Slayer hat or cap, a Slayer beanie, a Slayer water cooler flask with straw, 7 stickers and Sparko bangles, courtesy of Slayer Energy and Sparko Gaming. Thank you so much to them for providing these amazing prizes for our viewers. And Nico, if you can message either Sean Klassen or Robin Williams your address details, we'll get this sent out to you as soon as we can. Yeah, congratulations to you, Nico. And if you'd like to get your hands on similar prizes from our amazing sponsors, please do hit the like button, and if we hit another 40 likes on the broadcast, then you may get chosen next week for one of these amazing prizes. Also, if you are new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. We appreciate all the support on the SMA YouTube channel. But a special announcement we have to announce here, and I'm going to hand you over to our talented SMA promoter, Robin Williams, that's going to explain to us this supplier, Clutch Culture Streetwear. So take it away, Robin. Jesus.
Good evening, Sean, and good evening to Tusmbox and to the viewers. Nice to see you guys all in the chat, so thanks for all the support. Yeah, so, you know, SMA has always been searching for merchandise and bringing it into our league and to our members. I most certainly been wanting to get it out as soon as possible. Proud to announce that we have an awesome set of people who is running Clutch Culture, and we have had a great collaboration with him. And first off is that all the tier winners of season 2 will be receiving the first set of SMA merchandise as a prize. Now, and this is just amazing, and it's in line with our website, which we will be also having an online merchandise store. So just going forward, this is great news for SMA, and hopefully it will provide all our members with some amazing gear, which I've seen, and it looks amazing. And also, in turn, it really helps SMA as a league to continue doing what we're doing with regards to the funds required to run this league. As it grows bigger, the costs become quite a lot, and we're thankful to our sponsors and to Clutch Culture for coming in and really, just supporting us. And it's exciting times, and I'm really excited to announce that all the tier winners in season 2 will be receiving the first rollout of the merchandise. So that, and then we've got some more sponsors that we are aligning with, and so things are looking good on that side. And just like I said, guys, just thanks for all the support from all our members, our viewers, helping to grow our channel. We 30 subscribers away from 500, which is great, and hoping to achieve that by the end of the season. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It really helps us with regards to growing the channel. But once again, to our broadcast team, amazing race, and congrats to all the podium winners, and thanks for the time, Sean. I appreciate it.
You're very, very welcome. And as long as I get a SMA cap or maybe a T-shirt or something, then all will be forgiven.
The way things are going, we're going to need to get you a ticket to come visit here in South Africa. You and Tusm. Maybe Miss Dana can jump in a box with you as well and come to South Africa, so we can give you more than just prizes, which is so well deserved.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's our pleasure to obviously host these races. The drivers are certainly put on a show for us all on a weekly basis. So, and we will actually get the thoughts of our podium drivers, but I don't know how to which order to do this in, because we have actually got two very different podiums from race 1 and race 2. Shall we go to Nutcap, because he got a second position in race 1 at Grand Valley, and then he got he was the race winner from the race we just watched at Eigar Nordwand. So SAGT Nutcap, let's come to you. And massive congratulations on your performance today. How are you feeling after racing in them 2 races today?
Really happy with the results. Really good racing. The combinations are very fun. Unfortunately, the first round, my car didn't suit too well Citroen. I managed to get a decent result out of that, second place. Considering the car, I'm really happy with that. And then I knew the second race in the Group 4, I had a much better chance, so I'm just capitalized on that. And yeah, overall, I just managed to score some decent points, so I'm definitely happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely, because as you know, we reset the scores to 0, so getting a first and a second position is, well, I'm pretty sure that you will be top of the championship. So, yeah, what did you think of the race format that we had? Because this is a first in SMA. We always do 50-minute races, but today was the first of our special rounds where we had 2 20-minute races. I mean, would you say that this type of format, do you think it suits you?
I don't know. It just depends on the combination, but I do like the format. It's something different. It switches it up and it's quite nice to sometimes just push and not worry about strategy or tire wear or fuel or all that stuff. And yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to do it every race, but it definitely has its place. I did enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I mean, what it did show was that obviously qualifying was so important, and your qualifying was brilliant. I think at certain situations, I think that Citroen helped you out on the race start, particularly Grand Valley Gr.3. You wasn't lying about how fast the launches are in that Citroen. It was very. You could say the car is very futuristic. It's almost like an electric car that just has amazing acceleration. So do you think the Citroen really suited you on these 2 races today?
Well, regarding the race start, I knew the start was good, but I thought I was going to gain maybe 2 positions. I was not expecting to be in the race lead by the first corner, so that was a shock to me even. But in terms of driving style, the Citroen does not suit me at all. I said this before. It's super understeery, and it's just not my type of car. It's way too stable for me. But that's actually exactly why I chose it, to challenge myself, and it's definitely given me a challenge. But I'm starting to work it out a bit, but it's still a challenge.
Well, I mean, if it was a challenge, there was no sign of it on track, because it was almost a faultless performance from you today. So congratulations on first at Grand Valley and second at Grand Valley and first at Eigar Nordwand. I'll pass you over to Tusmbox. Have you got any questions for SAGC Nutcap?
Yes, I do. First of all, congratulations on 2 incredible races, 2 incredible finishes. The one thing I noticed in the first race at Grand Valley, you ran 7 laps on the softs, which is I believe it was the longest soft stint that anybody ran in that race. Was that your plan from the start of the race, or were you just maybe trying to do something different from Latari to maybe get him off your back?
So I hadn't done any race distances. I've been sick. I've had swine flu, so I haven't been able to be on the rig. So I just got on earlier today, about 2 hours for the race. So I was still trying to work out the strategy and stuff, but I knew for the first race, obviously just go as long as you can in the softs. And when the time came, end of lap 6, I still had quite a lot of tire left. So I thought I'm just going to do an extra lap. I wouldn't say it hindered me or benefited me. It was kind of just neutral overall. Yeah, I just felt that was a better option at the time. I wasn't really planning to do it, just it kind of happened.
Yeah, we noticed that even after coming out, you and Latari were pretty much identical when you came out of the pits compared to before the pit stop. Then in that second race, yeah, absolutely insane performance. How excited were you knowing that, considering the tire preservation of the Citroen, what did you think your chances were of victory in that race?
To be honest, before the race, I thought it might be quite high. So I just wanted to make sure I get that win. But I heard that tires might be a problem, but I wasn't too concerned, especially with the Citroen. I did look after them quite well. So at the end of the race, I had probably 40% of tires left. So yeah, I was doing high 105s. I think my slowest lap the whole race was like a 106.3. So I was just pumping in the laps consistently. Yeah, the Citroen worked really well around that track. Especially, I mean, the Group 4 Citroen is just amazing. The Group 3, I really need to try work out.
Well, with these 2 races, you put yourself in an amazing position at the start of the second portion of the season. Again, congratulations on 2 great finishes, and can't wait to see what you do next week.
Thanks. Yeah, put myself in a pretty good position, and congrats to everybody, and thanks everyone.
I just wanted to cut to Robin. Robin, have you got any questions for Nutcap?
Well, I just want to hope that he gets well soon for the next round of the season, and well done on your race results this evening, Scott. But all the best. I hope you're feeling better soon, bud.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.
Yeah, thank you, Nutcap. Good night to you, mate. Well done. Okay, all right. So I'm trying to wrap my brains out who to go to next. So I think because Nutcap finished second in the first race at Grand Valley, I think we should go to the race winner of Grand Valley, and that was SAGT Latari. With a brilliant performance in the first race. I know that the second race didn't quite go for you, but are you still pleased with your night's work today?
Oh yes, definitely. I knew I had some decent pace at Grand Valley, and I didn't realize the Ferrari was lacking half a second in the Group 4, so that caught me off by surprise. I was about a tenth away from my fastest lap that I've done, so I was getting everything I could out of the car, but the second race just wasn't good enough. And luckily the first race I just kept it clean and got a decent quali in. But off pace, but it was good enough to actually put me on the front row. That helped me in the front.
Yeah, well, so something that we noticed from the first race now, obviously we knew that the tyre wear was pretty high, obviously being a sprint race. So, you know, just having the softs and the hards available, I did notice that the tyres were pretty good with the Ferrari. It seemed like you could preserve them for, I think did you do like 7 laps in the end, was it? I think.
I did 6, but I could have done an extra lap, but it was getting to that crossover point anyways. But I was rather going in earlier to get my tires warmed up, which was actually that helped me overtake him with a small mistake with his skull tires nut cap. Going underneath the bridge, he ran a bit deep, and it gave me the opportunity to get on the inside, just because my tires were on temp. And then luckily I could keep it clean and just in front of him and have a slight gap to make it easier for myself. So it did work out to go that one stop earlier. Did help, at least with the tire warm-up.
Yeah, well, they often say the undercut is normally a strategy that does work. I know the dynamics were slightly different today, but it certainly worked out for you. And then, yeah, I'm going to have to ask you then, because obviously there was 2 races today. So Eigar Nordwand being the second race with the Group 4s didn't quite go to plan. Tell us kind of like your thoughts going into the race and why it went quite horribly wrong if you compare the results from Eigar Nordwand to Grand Valley.
No, the guy just didn't have the pace. That's simple as that. I tried my best to get the car as fast around the lap as I possibly could, but I just couldn't keep up with the other cars. And when the race started, it's like I knew, okay, this is going to be very difficult to overtake. If you place the car in the correct place, not a lot of people can get past you without causing an incident. And I was fortunate enough that there was some bad exits here and there and a penalty here and there that made up some few spots. So I'm very happy to be actually top 10 after that what I saw what the car was going to be like in the race against all the other fast guys.
Yeah, unfortunately with Eigar Nordwand, and I knew this, obviously, that qualifying was going to be so important. It was key, really. Now, obviously, there was a few unfortunate incidents. Of course, TNR Whipperman, he qualified on pole position, and there was a bit of a pile-up for turn 1, which sunk him down. I think he actually sunk down to about 10th after that collision. You know, I think a lot of credit has to go for you, considering that, you know, you didn't lose positions. You made up, I think it was 3 positions, wasn't it, from the race? So, you know, nevertheless, you know, a great performance from you. And of course, we've got the drop round for these 7 races. Yeah, I know.
So this. Yeah, it's this one.
Yeah,
I have to make sure it's this one.
yes. So just make sure that you get on podium at least in the remaining races.
I need to win at least the next 2 races to stand a chance.
Yeah.
Because the last combos is not my favorite. The high downforce, it's not my strongest car. So I'll start practicing soon to get comfortable with those cars.
Well, nevertheless, I still think it was, great performance from you overall today, and at least you got that one victory. So, so congratulations to you on that victory in the first race. And Tusm, have you got any questions to Latari?
Yeah, I don't have too much to add. Latari, congrats on winning race 1. The second race didn't quite go your way. You explained your difficulties with the car. I know you said that the next race isn't really your cup of tea, but how do you feel about the Ferrari at Le Mans?
Oh no, I love the Ferrari at Le Mans. It's with I think I've got some benefit with the top end that the Ferrari's got with fuel usage, especially at the top end. On the straight line, it's out of the group of cars we've got, I think it's got the fastest top end. If I remember correctly, it just takes a time to get there. But luckily, Le Mans is straight off the straight and just keep it clean. So I'm not sure if we're getting rain. I haven't checked it. Hopefully we do get rain, and then it's going to be a bit more interesting. But I'm very excited for Le Mans coming up.
Yeah, we'll have to check the weather forecast for next week to see if there's any rain expected. But yeah, I mean, again, great drive in that first race. Hopefully we'll see you bounce back next week.
Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it.
And lastly, Robin, have you got any questions?
With Latari, it's always consistency and always up there in front. How did you feel when you had that bad quali? Every single point at this stage in the championship is important, and even though it is a drop run, it still could affect you. So how do you,
It doesn't help you get upset with a bad quali. It was a couple of tenths that separated the whole field. We knew it was going to be tight. If you go into a negative space because you had a bad quali, you set yourself up for disaster for the race. So what 100%. I try to do is I'm the guy that normally stuffs up quali, so I've got luckily more experience coming from the back and just settle in earlier in the race and then just do my race and see how far I can get up. But it keep yourself positive, motivated. Anything can happen on track. You never know what's going to happen in front of you if you've got a bad quali. So at the end of the day, you can end up winning the race if everyone goes off track and gets damaged and stuff. So just keep your head up and keep going.
Well, yep. I hope all our drivers that are watching us listen to that, because it surely is something that I feel that we should never be quitting or giving up when the chips are down. But well done in your overall races this evening, and just continue with the consistency, and good luck with the rest of the championship.
Thank you so much, sir. Off to the next one.
After the next one.
Yeah. All the best, gents, and enjoy.
Cheers, bud.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well said there, Latari. And look forward to seeing how that Ferrari gets on now that you told us that you're thinking it's quite strong at Le Mans. So best of luck to you for the remaining part of the season, and congratulations today.
Thanks again. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you, Latari. Okay, and then I was actually reading the chat whilst we was in the interviews there. So apparently Kennels might be falling asleep because he's on meds. So we may come to Kennels then, who grabbed, his best position ever in SMA. A brilliant second position for VSR Kennels at the Eigar Nordwand circuit. Kennels, good. I know maybe you're feeling a little bit under the weather, but how are you feeling after that performance? Best finish ever.
Well, I need to go take a shower now because I'm super wet, sweaty, and yeah, not feeling great. It's been almost a week now that I've got the flu. It's just not leaving my body. But I'm actually surprised that I did so well in the second race. First race was a bit of an issue for me. Couldn't handle the car that much. Was also blessed with a penalty. So the speed cop was awake this time. So yeah, it's good to be on the podium for the first time. I've had many opportunities before, but yeah, I'm the one that burns it the most.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you say that because we was kind of saying the same thing for your teammate Giller, who had so many opportunities to get that podium, and then finally he got that podium on round one at Trial Mountain. So of course today had to be your turn, and it was a great performance from you today. So I mean, do you kind of second the fact that what I said to Latari, that the qualifying was so key at Eigar Nordwand that you was able to get that second position today?
Yeah, no, 100%. The qualification was definitely the thing to do. Your utmost best at. And also not getting penalties within the race, because the penalties cost you big time. So the only way that you can gain is if you either have someone make a mistake or get a penalty ahead of you. I knew from the start that the Lambo's tyres are very great here. I didn't expect the Citroen to be so great on tyres as well. But I thought from my side that the Lambo's definitely going to be the best on tyres. And I knew that's going to help me at the end of the race. And that's when me and Trusp had a little battle at the end, because I knew his tyres was done. But yeah, I knew even from the start of the race, lap one, it's going to be difficult to keep the Porsches behind. And also, I think the Citroen has also got a good launch on it. But yeah, that Porsche is next level on the launch.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, it was really, really, really close between you and Trusp. And unfortunately for Trusp, his tyres did fall off a cliff towards the end. But, that's not your problem, right? You had to do what you had to do. You took that second position. So huge congratulations goes to you, Kennels. And
thank you very much.
You're welcome. And Tusum, have you got any questions to our second place finisher at Eigar Nordwand?
I do, yes. Kennels, really good job on P2 in that second race. So after your qualifying for race 2, you ended up starting in 5th.
Yes.
What was going through your mind, and did you think, as difficult as this track is to overtake, did you think a podium was on the cards for you?
I definitely did not think it at the time, because I knew it's going to be difficult to catch the faster guys ahead that's always on the podiums. I knew Wipperman is quick, Moflavor is quick. They got the better car also in this race, because when we tested cars, we knew that the Scirocco and the TT was going to be dominant. Basically all the FF cars is going to be dominant on this track. And the only car that we managed to get close to that pace was the Lambo, with tyre wear being so good as well. But it's unfortunate what happened at turn 1. When I started off, when I launched the car, I knew if I stick it on the outside on turn 1, I can get into turn 2, I can be on the inside. And that was my aim, to maybe try get a position or two by going on the outside on turn 1. Luckily, I escaped the chaos that happened, and got through.
Now, considering you said earlier that the Gr.4 Lambo has really good tire wear, during the race, did you find yourself driving conservatively, or were you able to push knowing that you'd be able to complete 18 laps on one set of tires?
Yeah, I was pushing. But not like 100%. I would say like 90% every lap. I was trying to keep my laps consistent in the low 106s, but then I saw Nutcap starting putting in 105s, and then I started saying to myself, but I need to be in the 105s also. So I think that's when I started getting into the 105s. But then with the Lambo being the fastest in Sector 1, it's so difficult to follow and try to stay with the Porsche and the Citroen, because by Sector 3, they just pull out away from me, and then I couldn't catch them. And then back to Sector 1, I'm back on the bumpers. It was so sketchy, some instances where I am braking and then I'm very close to them, and then they need to brake more than what I do because the Lambo is so easy through Sector 1. And it was a bit scary, but luckily I didn't have any issues with bumping someone off the track there.
All right, well, again, really well done on P2 in that second race, and can't wait to see what you can do at Le Mans next week.
Thank you very much. Fish wants to be with the flu so that he can win the next race.
Absolutely. And Robin, have you got any final thoughts for Kennels?
Alweer 'n keer, ou Kennels. Weer 'n keer. Well done, my brother. It's so nice to interview you. It's really been a long time coming, and just like Branne says, well, you've come so close a couple of times, but I'm glad to see that you not only got a podium. I really the chat tonight is really chosen you as driver of the day.
Thank you very much.
A lot of love there from everybody in chat, especially Miss Dana. I don't know. Sean, you're going to have to speak to Miss Dana about this love for Kennels. I'm not sure what's going on there.
I should be a bit worried.
Yeah, there were a couple of questions in chat. We now know that Kennels wasn't drinking, so the chat we can confirm you didn't have that brandy before the race. He actually is on meds, and I think maybe you must stick to the meds, Kennels. Maybe we'll see you more on the podium. What do you say?
100%. I think I'm going to use some more of these meds. I'm going to talk to my wife. She must get me a sponsor.
Yeah,
so
well, you do know that. I mean, this is the start of the championship, right? And these points from the beginning is key. Good, crucial, yes. And puts you in a really good position for the start of the championship. Do you? I know you. Are you playing PGA Tour golf at the moment? It looks like you're playing golf already, based on the profile. Yes, says Kennels. From a podium to playing PGA Tour golf. I'm looking at the Discord here. Yes, this can only be Kennels. But anyway, now well done, Kennels. You're always a great supporter. Always have been of SMA, and really just nice to have you on the podium. And I hope that you carry the momentum going into the next race. But good luck and well done.
I'll definitely do my best. And yes, Wim Richard must have been part of the season as well. I think we miss him on track, but obviously he's got his reasons. He was scared to race us because he saw we've got some serious pace going on in VSR at the moment.
I don't think that's the reason, but we do know that we'll see him back in Season 3, which SMA is already planning, and it's looking amazing. So I'm really excited to get Uncle Richard back on track. We've been missing him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to add as well, luckily for you, Kennels, right, there's no drug testing laws in SMA, so, you can carry on.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, taking the meds. But kids, I do not condone drugs, all right? I'm just saying.
Yeah, definitely not. And well, thank you for all the support in chat. I'm busy going through the chat now, and I do appreciate it. I always try to be there for everybody, not only my team. I've always been like friends with anybody from A to B. Doesn't matter. Anyone is welcome. If you ever have any questions regarding struggling with track, how to take a corner, I know there's a few guys that asked me before and that I've helped on most occasions. I'm not 100% the fastest. I really do want to be, but I still got a lot of work to do myself. Well, I always try to go faster and faster and faster.
Well, you definitely went about it the right way today, though, Kennel. So a huge congratulations to you on second. We just now need you to win a race now, and then that'll be you could maybe retire at the top or something. I don't know. But no, huge congratulations to you, Kennels. You get well soon, and hopefully we'll see more great performances from you for the rest of the championship.
I definitely hope for the same thing.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you for your time, Kennels, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon.
Yes, I do hope so too.
Awesome. Take care, Kennels.
Cool. Thanks. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Okay, and then last but not least, I know he's been waiting in the wings for a long time. A huge congratulations has to go to Sam Trusp as well. In that last race, he grabbed an excellent third position. Trusp, how are you feeling after that performance at Eigar Nordwand, and just in general from the two races you've raced today?
No, the two races was not too bad. First one didn't get a qualifying lap, but I wanted to get in. But yeah, second race was a little bit better. I know the tires will drop off if you keep on pushing the way I was pushing at the back of Nutcap. And I know the tires would fall off, and I tried to defend for all bells and whistles there, but it didn't work.
Well, I mean, nearly. I mean, it was. I think it was like the last couple of laps, or maybe even the last lap. So you nearly got there, but yeah. You know, third position, a really good position to finish in. I just want to ask, really, then. So as I mentioned to the other couple of drivers, that qualifying being key at Eigar Nordwand, but was you expecting it to be so close in qualifying today?
No, I know it was. It's going to be close, especially on the second race. And I've told my team as well. They need to get a good qualifying time in on both races. And unfortunately for me, I struggled with the first race to get a good proper lap in. But yeah, the second race, the qualifying worked a little bit better for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I know, as you said, the tyres did fall off at the end and you was expecting it. But was there a moment where you thought, do you know what, if I just make my car as large as possible and just, try and keep the car in the middle and not show any gaps to Kennels, that maybe you could have held on to that second position? Or was it just, was it inevitable that Kennels was going to take that position away from you?
Well, I think it would have happened sooner or later, because I know at the stage where I was at 25%, the test that I've done was that the Lambo most probably would be at 50 and the Citroen. So it was not a nice race to defend that much.
Well, nevertheless, all right, okay, you lost that second position to Kennels, but yet third position, brilliant from you, and obviously gives you a great start to the championship as well with the points that you got from race one. So congratulations to you, Sam Trusp, and I'll hand you over to Tusm. Tusm, have you got any questions for Sam Trusp?
Yeah, Sam Trusp's amazing drive to maintain P3. I have to know, what was going through your mind in the last leg of that race when you were just struggling for grip out there?
Keep the car away from the barriers.
Yeah, I guess that is the best mindset, especially around a tight circuit such as Eigar. Next week you're at Le Mans, and I don't think I've driven the new Porsche around Le Mans. How do you feel going to such a high-speed circuit in that car?
I really don't know, because I'm not going to race the next race. I'll still be on the road. My fiance is running the Comrades, so yeah, I'm going to be on the road. So next week, Monday night, you're not going to see me there. But hopefully, if everything goes well, I'll be back for the next race after that.
All right. Well, again, congrats on P3 in that second race, and can't wait to see what you do at Le Mans next week.
And lastly, Robin, have you got any questions for Sam Truce on his performance today?
Well, Sam's has shown over the last 5 races now that he's definitely on a mission and challenging for the championship. One question just overall, I know you've got Sam Steele with you on the track, but I haven't seen you guys kind of like get to the point where you are actually able to race together in team format. Do you feel a bit intimidated with all these teams racing on the track with you? Just does it play a big part in the way that you plan your strat as well?
No, not really. As a team, we do a lot of prep work and we try and push each other. I know these guys that's doing the same lap times that we are doing, and they're racing in tier 3 and tier 2. So the pressure is always there from my team side, the same group. So when we get to the races, I'm not that much worried about the guys working as a team good together. It's a bit difficult to overtake if 2 or 3 guys is working together, but there's always a gap.
Yeah.
And if you've got a little bit of luck and you can put pressure on them, sooner or later somebody is going to make a fault. And that's what where we as a team is we putting pressure on every practice session that we have. We've got guys that's putting pressure on me, on Mornay, on Steele, Darius, all of those guys. They're fast guys. They had just a bit of bad luck. So yeah, the team it's working a little bit against us at this stage because we lost 2 drivers now that should have been in tier 1, and there's a couple of guys that's in tier 2 and in tier 3 that just had a little bit of bad luck for the season.
Yeah.
But overall, they're running the same pace what we are running during our races. Sometimes it's a little bit faster, sometimes it's a little bit closer, but it's always more or less the same.
Yeah, no, I think it's great to have that type of team support. It obviously plays a bigger role in also trying to work out what is the best strats and things like that. But just off the top of my head, I do see you doing well in this championship and wishing you well. And just from my side, I haven't seen Cads. I was hoping to get him into tier 1. I know there was an incident that kind of like dropped him down to tier. I think it was tier 3 in the second race. But just send regards to Cads. It's really nice to have him in SMA League, and to the rest of the Sam's teams. Well done on getting your drivers in the top split to perform well, and well done. Just hope you do well in the up and coming races, buddy.
No, thank you very much. And just a big shout out to one of my friends that's still in the hospital. I hope you get well soon, and the Sam group is missing him on track.
Yeah, absolutely, and 100%. Get well soon to your fellow compatriot, and obviously you said you're not going to be there for round 5, but obviously you still got 3 rounds to go, including the sprint doubleheader of the Open Wheel Championship and Bathurst and Fuji to come as well. So good luck to you, Sam Truce, for the rest of the season, and hopefully we'll get you back in the interview booth for round 6.
Yeah, with a little bit of luck, must probably be there again.
Oh, I love the confidence. That's fantastic. Well, have a great week off, and we will see how you get on in the latter half of the championship. But congratulations on 3rd position for Eigar Nordwand today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Take care. Okay, and that was our driver interviews that is concluded for round 4. We did also have Mo Flavour as well that I hoped that we could interview as well, who got 3rd in the Grand Valley Highway, but it wasn't to be. Just some interesting thoughts, and I think round 4 definitely produced a few surprises today, and it's great to see, and certainly going to make it a very tight and competitive championship going forward. Also though, guys, if you go and where am I? There we are. Please do subscribe to our socials at Sim Motorsport Association on all our platforms, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Discord, TikTok, and of course this very channel on YouTube. Make sure, if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button, clicking in the bell notification so you don't miss any of our content. And when you're done watching, hit the like button to help with the YouTube algorithm so it spreads our content across the platform. Also, if you want to get yourself involved in the viewer spot prize as well, make sure you do hit that like button, because if we do hit that 40 like requirement, then there will be another winner of these spot prizes. Also as well, if you'd like to get involved in future championships as a driver throughout 2026, please do contact Robin Williams, our SMA and GT7 promoter, for further details. The email links will be in the description below, and of course on our YouTube homepage. But I need to get the final thoughts of our commentators in the background. We saw the driver of the day contestants in the chat, or what was voted in the chat. Tusm, I'd love to know who is your driver of the day and what your thoughts are of round 4 today.
Driver of the day for me, I have to give it to Nutcap. Extremely consistent throughout both races, and he put himself in a great position to be leading this championship. I love both races. Again, I'm a massive fan of Grand Valley. It's always nice to see cars running around there. And Eigar, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's polarizing within the community. Some people love it, some people hate it. There's very little middle ground. But I think even Eigar gave us some really good racing action today. So yeah, two really great races, and I'm looking forward to the second half of this season.
And is it too hard to call driver of the day, or have you got one in mind?
For me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I said Nutcap.
Oh, you said Nutcap. Oh, sorry. My apologies there. Yeah, certainly with the first and the second position, definitely warrants the driver of the day. Also, Robin, what are your thoughts on round 4? Of course, new format going into SMA. Never had we ever done sprint races before. So how do you think that went, and who is your driver of the day today?
Hey Sean, and I'm going to say this again. I'm going to rather answer your question on Tuesday evening when the COC reports come out, because that turn 1 at Edgar was, as you could see, unfortunately, even with Ibi, unfortunately losing out there. Tricky conditions, I think, with the new kind of like bringing in these sprint races, which we've never really done before, was challenging to everybody. As we progress, we'd hope to see more of that, because I do believe, to have a bit of kind of like different type of formats going forward for SMA is something that we're most certainly looking at. The sprint races is something that I'm really keen on, using. But in terms of driver of the day, I agree with Tusm, because, having been sick and only gotten into the rig today, Nutcap once again. I'll go with the community chat for Kennels, because we all love him. But in terms of under the conditions and not being in practicing, I think Nutcap did extremely well. So for me, it would also be Scott that gets my driver of the day.
Yeah, I think we'll probably be pretty unanimous in that. I was going to say SAGT Nutcap as well. As you said, with the conditions of himself, suffering from flu and stuff, and I mean it was definitely the best results today. But I will say that Kennels probably gets a close second for the driver of the day, because never has he been seen on podium before, and to get second position, I'm so happy for him, and puts him in good stead for the rest of the season as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone that's in the broadcast. And thank you to you, Tusm and Robin Williams, for joining me today. Hopefully you had a great time, and we look forward to speaking to you next week.
Yeah, and then just thanks to Kennels, Nico, and Tusm, and Brother Kendog, who's still in the chat at 11:15. All the late night guys that like to stay awake late. Thanks for watching. I know the stream was a bit long this evening, but you guys are legends for staying with us, and really appreciate that. To Tusm and Sean, my SMA broadcast legends, you guys are always on top of everything, and really just well done for how you guys have conducted the championship and the broadcast, and just everything that the two of you guys do. You guys are amazing, and well done to the admin team. Just keep on putting my thanks out there to our sponsors and everybody involved, and to our community. Thus far, for this entire year, you guys have been supportive, and you've been inspiring, and the vibe in the chat is great, and everything is really looking like a safe place for South African and UK drivers to be in. And I was even in Spartan's Twitch stream, one of the UK drivers in Tier 9. Such a nice guy, really nice to be part of the UK scene as well. So well done to Spartan for his races being in Tier 9, and to all the tier drivers, good luck, and going forward for the rest of the season. Well done, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one of the best, Super Spartan. Of course, I know him from my Twitch days, and which he was crying out for league racing, because he was fed up with the daily races, with how chaotic them races can be. So, knowing that he was a clean driver, and knowing that that will to have some competitive, clean racing, which SMA provides, it's great to see him that he's racing, even if it is Tier 9. He wasn't able to make a couple of races, unfortunately, but it's good to hear that he enjoyed himself and was able to compete today. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. And everyone that's been racing today as well, congratulations, and also hopefully you will enjoy the rest of the season. But thank you, Tusum, thank you, Robin, for your time, and we will definitely convene next week. So,
thanks, Sean.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thanks, Tusum.
Yeah, thank you, guys. And so coming up next week, we are back to our normal format, 50-minute races with our one-shot qualifying in Tier 1. It is round 5 of the Manufacturer Showdown at the famous Le Mans circuit, featuring the Gr.3 cars. Now, that is the no chicane variant, so this is where the cars will be able to hit their top speeds, and could be a very, very fascinating race, which I know what the conditions are going to be like. I'm sure the drivers will find out next week, but do make sure to tune in next week, Monday the 15th of June at 8:45 p.m. Central Africa time, to find out how this race unfolds. But what brilliant races we've seen today, giving us an early indication on how this championship is panning out, as it is myself, Sean Madden, aka FlawedGeniusGaming, signing out for another week. So stay safe out there, look after yourselves, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye bye for now.
Lights out, engines wake the night. GT thunder burning bright. Manufacturer starts to rise. Fire reflected in our eyes. Carbon fiber, painted scars, GT4 and GT3 stars. Manufacturers side by side, every driver born to fight. Pit lane pressure, countdown screams, living faster than our dreams. Slipstream pulling through the rain, milliseconds decide the game.
Headlights cut through clouds of smoke. Every overtake feels close. Front straight shaking from the sound. Thousands screaming all around.
No fear when the tires slide. No sleep on this midnight ride. One chance to become immortal now. Feel the circuit shake somehow. Full throttle, take the lead. Faster than the eye can read. GT legend chasing light. Racing wars ignite tonight. Slipstream closer, door to door. Hear the engine start to roar. Checker flag above the crowd. Podium dreams are calling loud.
We were made for speed. Every heart still bleeds.
Push it faster, take the corner. Slipstream hunter.
Cross the line,
Push it faster, take the corner. Slipstream hunter.
cross the line. Yeah. GT3 monster with the aero attack. GT4 pressure while I'm chasing the pack. Every lap dangerous, no room to breathe. One wrong turn and you lose the lead. Manufacturer battle turning savage tonight. Different colors on the grid, but the goals are like AMG hunting while the Porsche stays near. McLaren in the mirrors make the whole crowd cheer. Late break dive on the inside lane. Tires smoke rising while we fight through pain. Draft so close I can hear your gears. Still standing tall after all these years. Pit crew fast with the strategy calls. One clean stop and we're breaking them all. From the green light launch to the final attack. Now the whole damn field trying to hold us back.
Adrenaline under skin. Every loss becomes a win. Final sector, final chance. Fate is written in this day. Full throttle, take the lead. Faster than the eye can read. GT legends chasing light. Racing wars ignite tonight. Slipstream closer, door to door. Hear the engine start to roar. Checkered flag above the crowd. Podium dreams are calling loud.
We were made for speed. Every heart still bleeds.
Through the sparks and shattered rain, we return again, again.
Every corner, every scar.
Made us who we really are.
Hear the anthem of the track.
No turning back.
Last lap pressure.
Full attack. Drivers ready. Engine scream. One more lap.